Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
First at 4, a change is coming for anyone who loses power for days at a time, like we saw with those recent winter storms. This afternoon, the Michigan Public Service Commission approved increases to those power outage credits. People will be given $35 if they lose power, plus $35 more each day the power is out. The credits will be automatic. Now, before this, the credit was only $25 and customers had to apply with their utility. The credit will be available during mass outages if power is out for 4 days or more. It won't be retroactive, by the way, for the last 2 winter storms. New this afternoon, Governor Whitmer signs a repeal of the right-to-work law. The bill was passed more than a decade ago by the then Republican-controlled legislature. It allowed people in union shops to opt out of paying union dues and fees. The governor also restored a prevailing wage law, and that requires contractors hired for state projects to pay union-level wages. Firefighters are looking into what caused that fire that killed an elderly woman and her son on Detroit's east side overnight. A 96-year-old woman and her son in his 50s were killed in that fire at their home on Kirby near Mount Elliott and East Grand Boulevard. Firefighters say they were overcome with smoke and then died. The fire started on the top floor, but crews don't know why yet. Fight continues over a cell phone tower put up on the property of a Wyandotte elementary school. The 5G T-Mobile tower is going to be activated soon at Washington Elementary School. Today, dozens of people protested outside of the school on Superior Boulevard, calling for the tower to be moved.
We have tons of other places in Wyandotte that tower could have been placed. We have railroad tracks. We have an industrial area where our garbage, landfill, where we take our waste. It could be placed over there. I mean, there's tons of resources to move this thing and tons of places to move it to. It doesn't need to be on top of our children.
So in a board meeting earlier this week, T-Mobile said this was not a unique situation and there are antennas on hundreds of schools, colleges, and nurseries. The superintendent says it would cost millions to break the contract. The deadline has now passed for General Motors workers who want to take that voluntary buyout. The automaker set a noon deadline, and as we look live at GM's headquarters at the Renaissance Center, GM offered buyouts to 58,000 white-collar workers with at least 5 years of service. GM is trying to save $2 billion over the next 2 years. Some workers could be done as early as next week, but everyone would leave by the end of June. We will start our weekend with a little bit of rain here in Metro Detroit. Forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams is here with an advisory that was just issued. What's this about, Kim?
Well, this is about the wind that is coming tomorrow. We'll have rain overnight tonight. It will be heavy at times, but then our attention shifts to high winds. It is in effect for St. Clair, Macomb, Oakland, Wayne, Monroe, and Washtenaw counties. It starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow, continues all the way until midnight tomorrow night. It's going to be a southerly flow of air, so warm air, which is the good news. But as we go through time, when it goes into effect at 10 a.m., winds are going to be out of the south, gusting anywhere between 15 to as high as 30 miles per hour. But watch what happens tomorrow afternoon. 40-mile-per-hour gusts expected. In fact, down in Monroe, there could be as high as 50-mile-per-hour winds. That's strong enough to knock over some trash cans, your patio furniture. And then by the time it expires by Sunday morning, the winds will still be, about 10 to 20 miles per hour, but not nearly as strong. I'll have more on the rain coming up, but you can take a quick peek at the forecast if you'd like to at the Forewarned Weather app. Just go to your favorite app store, type in WDIV, and you can have interactive radar right in the palm of your hand.
President Biden is in Canada right now, his first visit as president. He's announcing a new deal with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau that will impact our border here in Detroit. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with details of this immigration agreement. Kim.
Karen, migration was the main topic of conversation between the two heads of state during a meeting in Ottawa. They're trying to stop the rise in illegal crossing at the northern border. While the crossings are increasing, they are still far below the numbers at the southern border with Mexico. Before that meeting, though, President Biden was welcomed in an official ceremony and book signing. Biden told Trudeau the U.S. is lucky to have Canada as one of its closest allies and economic and trade partners. The immigration deal allows the U.S. and Canada to turn away asylum seekers who cross the border without authorization. It applies to people without U.S. or Canadian citizenship caught within 2 weeks of crossing. Canada is also committing to taking 15,000 more migrants next year. Here in Detroit, the Border Patrol says arrests are up nearly 150% this year. Take a listen to what President Biden said to Canada's parliament just a short time ago.
We're also working together to address the record levels of migration in the hemisphere. The Los Angeles Declaration on Migration and Protection, which the United States and Canada signed last June along with 19 other nations, represents an integrated new approach to the migration challenge, which is real. One that unites humane policies that both secure borders and support people.
Our Grant Herms is digging into how this deal would impact border crossings here in Detroit, and we'll have much more coming up on the news at 6. Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Always appreciate it. Thank you, Kim. First at 4, we are on top of stories this Friday afternoon making headlines all around the world. We're going to start in Syria, where the U.S. launched airstrikes overnight. It happened after a suspected Iranian-made drone killed a U.S. contractor and injured 5 American troops and another contractor. American forces say they retaliated soon after with strikes targeting facilities used by Iran's Revolutionary Guard. An activist group says people were killed in that strike. Over to France, where Britain's King Charles has canceled an upcoming visit because of these anti-government protests. People have been clashing with police over French President Emmanuel Macron's plan to raise the retirement age from 62 to 64. Video showing riot police using water cannons and tear gas to disperse those crowds. The visit for King Charles is being rescheduled for this summer. Okay, so if you are out tonight, I want you to look up. Over the next few weeks, something really special will be happening in the sky. You may be able to spot a unique glow called the Zodiac lights. Brandon Rude joins us live from the Michigan Science Center this afternoon. So, Brandon, what should we be looking for?
Well, we're looking for an unusual light, Karen, but there are no better places to learn about science than at Cranbrook or here at the Michigan Science Center, downtown Detroit. So we sought the expert advice of an astronomy expert to explain this spectacular sight. A rare sight in the skies last night, the aurora borealis, or northern lights, were visible even here in Metro Detroit, thanks to a strong geomagnetic storm. Not just here, but as far south as Virginia. And check this out. A few weeks back, an England-bound airliner does a mid-flight 360 so that all passengers on board could view the spectacle. Now that's one cool captain. But we're talking about a different astronomical light that will soon be visible in our night skies called the Zodiac light.
And you'll see what looks like a false sunrise or sunset.
Mike Narlock at the Cranbrook Institute of Science says Zodiac light happens twice a year, near the start of fall and now as we head into early spring.
Basically, the best times are to look around the equinox dates, which we've just passed here in March. The closer we get to June, the less likely it's going to be.
New science suggests the extended twilight visible in the western horizon about 90 minutes after sunset comes from an interaction between the Earth's eclipses and debris from Mars and Jupiter.
Sunlight reflects off that dust. Imagine you're at home and you see a shaft of light coming in from the sun, and you look and you see all those little particles of in your air that you're breathing, little bits of dander, that's sort of the same thing that's going on here.
Over the next several weeks, you'll be able to see this light return from the darkness near the Zodiac constellation west. Just don't expect that you'll be able to stare out your window and see it.
We suggest you go about 20 miles away from the nearest city. You're going to get pretty dark skies.
Dark sky parks and preserves are scattered across pure Michigan, as nearby as the Thumb for best viewing. But Mike says just get as far enough away from the city lights as possible.
Absolutely. You get in a dark enough sky and you can see this with your unaided eye.
And you look outside your window now, you see more clouds than anything, more clouds coming. We've got some wet weather moving in, but might not be the best time to check out the Zodiac light tonight. However, if you head up to the Thumb, there is a dark sky preserve there, the closest dark sky park, southwestern Lower Michigan. It's a good 2.5, 3 hours away. But Karen, something we can look forward to in these boring spring, early summer nights, perhaps, over the next several weeks. Live at the Michigan Science Center, I'm Brandon Rue. Back to you.
Pretty cool stuff. We appreciate it. Thank you, Brandon. Still to come here first at 4, a major social media step. The state that will now require parents to sign off before their child can join apps like TikTok and Instagram. Plus, Gwyneth Paltrow is set to take the stand in the trial against her as the actress is accused of causing a skiing accident. But first, how this successful rocket launch in Florida today will help with internet connections back on Earth. That's next.